of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left. Born on an island in the hills.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. I'm one of the students, Morg.
I am the other student, Devon.
And I'm the teacher, Dan. And we are picking up from last week. We broke the formula because we need to talk about Knuckles and his dad and his civilization so much.
Also, Sonic gets married in these chapters.
Oh, that's
What?
Oh, another
He gets
Sonic
married to
marriage.
a bird lizard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, he does!
Yeah.
Fuck!
Let's see. As far as news goes, there's one particular thing worth mentioning, which is there was recently Gamescom is happening, another Jeff Keighley branded festival, and it's included two quick little bites of information for the upcoming Sonic releases. We got a little trailer for Sonic Superstars showing more of the multiplayer gameplay. Apparently there's like more than just Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. Like there's unlockable characters and stuff. I think it's for like specific. I'm not sure if it's for specific multiplayer modes or if you can just skin them into them. But I saw there was like one based on like a beta design for Sonic, as well as Lego versions of the characters. The other bit of news is we got a quick teaser for the third update, the third and presumably final update for Sonic Frontiers, which showed that there will be they just sort of said that there's going to be a new story, I guess continuing off of the original game, as well as new playable characters. There have been leaks that have confirmed this, with like more stuff for Sonic as well as stuff for being able to play as Knuckles, Tails, and Amy. I think that's it. So I'm gonna real quick open up my files for this episode because we have to continue talking about Sonic comics. So we start with issue 35. As we begin with Sonic in Ring of Truth. He has gotten into another fight with Dr. Robotnik. Oh, by the way, just to note, this is a Mike Gallagher story. I'm beginning to notice. Yeah, as a Mike Gallagher story.
Beginning to notice something, common pattern.
Yeah. They're much more of a cartoon. For Mike Gallagher. He gets hurt in the fight and has to grab some more rings when all of a sudden he grabs his 1 billionth ring, and as he grasps onto it, he is pulled into another dimension.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it just keeps happening to him, huh?
Mm-hmm. And he runs into the Ancient Walkers, who we've met before. He meets them in an order. Sonic specifically references the issues that Tails was in, because that's where they were. It sort of turns into like this very surreal journey. Like he like drops the ring he was holding. It burns a hole in the ground. The sort of hole formed by this like sort of divot formed by the ring sends him flying, and is like this like ancient walker is like telling them about like how he deserves like some sort of like big reward for this.
For being first to collect 1 billion rings.
Mm-hmm. He's your 1 millionth customer, Sonic.
Sonic, who has never known a genie's wish, where this guy is like, I shall grant you something. He says, I want to get down. And he's like, deal, and then just drops him.
Sonic falls back to the ground, lands on the ring, which then turns into a big sort of raft on a river of Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, he does say, it's a good thing I'm going to fall into that green sea, and I'm just like, that looks like the ground, but okay.
Yeah. It looks like, yeah. Can you imagine just falling into a big old thing of emeralds, though? Like, that would hurt.
I mean, Scrooge McDuck does it every day, and he's fine.
Well, those are gold. Those are coins.
I'm sure there's some diamonds in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. But thankfully, Sonic does not hit it like concrete. He's just riding on this ring raft, where he runs into another walker who he demands answers from, and gets a ring on his finger.
Yeah, he gets married.
Big emerald on it. Yep. Thank fucking God.
Sonic says, I demand answers, and this guy then says, then I propose you find them.
That's so beautiful.
I know, it's a big old ring.
I am noticing he's got that Brave New World, what was it, Ford, necklace.
Yeah. They didn't want to put the peace sign on him, so they just gave him a Ford necklace. Why? Mm-hmm. They gave him the fucking Chrysler logo.
I remember this visual is from Brave New World, but I don't know if that's... did they just like grab some random visuals for fun, or... Let me see.
Chrysler sponsored them, so they said, yeah, we'll put your logo in the comic.
Yeah, they're saying it's built Chrysler tough.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, right?
Yep.
That's the saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to say this guy is Lightning McQueen coded.
Mm-hmm. I did just quickly look up to see if there had been like an adaptation a few years earlier, but we're still a few years out from... It's been...
Still a few years out from the Cars movies, yeah.
We are still a few years out from the Cars movie, that's true. Car technology is still limited to like, I don't know, like some British kids shows or something.
Turbo Teen.
Oh, of course, Turbo Teen.
Yeah.
Now I'm imagining that transformation sequence, but with Sonic. Great visuals. This ancient walker, like, gives him a little riddle. Forever closed, yet opens wide to let the other come inside. One is broken, yet will be stronger as the span grows ever longer.
Butthole.
Yeah, it's a butthole.
It's a butthole.
Yeah. And as we all know, one of the most famous pictures of a butthole includes a ring.
Yep.
But,
Oh.
Yep.
Right now, what Sonic has figured is, this must mean like a chain.
He thinks, about the chain.
The great chain of society and whatnot.
Yeah.
He thinks about the chain by,
Fleetwood Mac, yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah.
And then he thinks about the chain smokers, and he says, no good.
No. Sonic hates smoking.
No good.
Yeah, he says, why would they do it in chains? That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I gotta tell Tails not to do this.
Yeah. From here, like, the Walker summons a big chain of rings, which, sort of, enscore Sonic and drag him into this, sea of emeralds, and takes him straight beneath it.
Yeah, but it's fine, because the Sea of Emeralds was, shallow.
Yeah. He sort of falls from the other side of this, ocean of rings, into another ring, which turns into a Mobius strip.
Damn, he's on Mobius. And
yeah.
Gizmo, get out of the way. Oh my gosh.
Damn, Sonic is grappling with the concept of eternity.
Yeah.
Damn, Sonic just keeps going and going forever until he runs into a guy.
Until he runs into a funny little guy.
It's
a lizard.
It's the third one.
Who also hits Sonic with a genie's wish and says, I will grant you may ask me one question and I will answer anything. And Sonic says, wait, just one? And he says, yes. Bye.
Yeah,
They're
that
not
was
even all lizards, but the last two were lizardy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the ancient walkers are supposed to be like dinosaurs, which I think is a good. I think it's a good.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
Fun idea to make like the precursors dinosaurs.
Right, and that's why the first one was like a pterodactyl. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they also have these vaguely tribal masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is that other problem that they've incorporated into this design. Sonic is lost and confused and starts thinking about like the universe, but he really can't make any sense of it, and eventually, while sort of holding on to this ring that I presume is the same billionth ring that he grabbed in the first place, sort of gets like pulled back into his main dimension and goes straight through Robotnik's Egg-O-Matic and destroys it, sending him flying away.
Hey, two things about this.
Yeah.
First of all, why Wormhole look like that?
It does look like a sort of cinnamon swirl.
Yeah.
But pink.
Yep.
It's fine.
I will not speak much more on it other than the Magic School Bus girl that's a booty hole video. And then the other thing is, did you guys catch what Eggman is reading?
He's reading
Eggman horny.
Yeah, he's reading. Looks like it says like Playboy.
Yeah, it says Playboy.
Eggman horny.
I assume this is a porn magazine of his own design.
Eggman looking to get his oil changed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was reading that as like boils, like on your like skin.
Oh, I see. Like.
I was thinking like boil, like is like you boil oil or something. But yeah, that can also.
Yeah, maybe he's just like, I like people with boils on them. I don't know.
Yeah, Eggman just be like that.
He's got his own forum, but unfortunately, he's the only person on it. But Sonic's got this billionth ring, and
the $1 billionth dollar.
Yeah.
Oi, me billionth dollar!
Yeah, this is kind of a Scrooge McDuck or Mr. Krabs sort of situation. But the next day, he basically shows off to Sally this magical ring, and how he wants to like figure out what's the deal with all of these like rings and chaos emeralds, and like, hey, maybe this source of extreme power can help them defeat Robotnik.
That would be inspiring.
I'm gonna post a picture of Sally Acorn's face in the last panel.
Oh yeah, it's a little weird looking.
Yeah, why'd they give her white sclera then her iris, then more white sclera, then a pupil.
Yeah, they,
There
might have been, some miscommunication over us.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a miscommunication.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look good. Looks very scary.
Under the ring, it says over 1 billion served. Get it? Like Bunny McDonald.
It's like McDonald's.
Also, Sonic has a funny little mask of the, or is that just he doesn't have those?
I'm not sure if it's just a little graphic or to just note the end of the comic or...
Because it looks like they're on his wall.
Their masks now. He might just have them. But
I do think it's cute that Sonic has a picture of Uncle Chuck on his wall.
He does have a
cute.
picture of Uncle Chuck. That's good.
That's cute.
Yeah. I'm surprised Sonic has a house for some reason.
Yeah, I think we've been spending so much time in things like Sonic X where Sonic just seems like a hobo.
Yeah, he's just sort of like a drifter.
Yeah.
He has a house in Boom, right?
Yeah, he has a house in Boom.
Okay, but I feel like that's more like Tails' house. You know?
Yeah.
No, he has like a separate house.
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were roommates.
He does.
I thought so too, but I don't think so. There is an episode where they're like roommates, but I don't think
that's why I always was like, it's Tails' house, but Sonic just hangs out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know, it's been a while since we watched Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's been a bit.
that's not important right now. What's
Yeah,
really
we're gonna
important,
get to the most important part.
It's
Knuckle time.
Knuckles time.
It's important to get back into talking about Knuckles the Echidna and the Echidna civilization.
We're about to... it's soup time, but instead it's Knuckles time.
Mm-hmm. Sonic, or after a big panel where Knuckles thinks about everything up to this point in the storyline, he sort of continues on the story of the Echidna people. Many generations passed since the floating island became a floating island, and people just sort of gradually learned to adapt. And we see these two brothers. They are both echidnas, so one of them looks like Knuckles with glasses, and the other one looks like Knuckles, but with differently styled dreads.
Does he dye his?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Might have it like,
Or I can't tell if he has, like, bandanas on them.
Yeah, he's
it
got
might
like
be
a...
like different color, like, because, like, the sun, like, changed his hair.
Maybe he
bit.
has them tied and it's cutting off circulation, so they're starting to change color a little bit.
Oh, God.
Oh, they're made of flesh. They've been made of flesh this whole time.
That's so awful. I hate it.
But,
his flesh tendrils.
Yeah.
They look more like that than Locks, I can tell you that.
Yeah, flesh dreads.
It's like the little ribbons on Sylveon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. You're right. Fuck.
Some real Grimmsnarl shenanigans happening here.
Except Grimmsnarl, that's actually hair.
That's true. It's just hair that he can control really well, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just Bobobo ass hair, you know?
They go down the Zoop chute.
I would love a Grimmsnarl Bobobo ass reboot. Sorry, now I'm just imagining a Grimmsnarl that fights using its nose hair.
That would rock.
That would whip ass. Grimmsnarl summons Yugi to fight for him at one point.
I don't remember that, Bobobo. I believe it because that's...
Oh, you don't remember where Bobomo has Yugimoto pop out of his afro to fight somebody with Slifer the Sky Dragon?
No, but that sounds correct.
I didn't know that, but I fully believe it is the thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna one day convince all the hosts of Pot of Greed to cover that one episode of Bobobo.
You know what? I'm considering it. I can think of the perfect opportunity. I guess I'll try to find that episode and you'll find out someday.
Yeah.
So, they go down the Zoot Chute. They're back in the, chamber with all the emeralds. And they sort of exposit about how they are the, great-great-grandsons of, the, woman from the previous installment. And, they're trying to, like, figure out, how to, land back on, or get back to the surface. One of them is named, Dimitri, and, I don't think that, the other one's named Edmund. Edmund and Dimitri.
Yeah.
I do not understand.
Which makes
sometimes
Knuckles' dad being named Locke and Knuckles being named Knuckles even more baffling.
Yeah, I feel like there's not really a naming convention, which would be okay, but like, I feel like the way that Knuckles and Locke are set up, like...
Yeah, I feel like they should have committed it to it more, like, you know, how every DBZ character is named after, like, some form of vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have just fucking went for it and just named these people after body parts.
Yeah, it's kind of sad how they dropped that.
Aren't some of them named, like, in an even different way? Like...
Yeah, we'll get, like, Kryptonian names soon.
Yeah, like Kryptonian, kinda.
Yeah. There is one other, Echidna I can think of that's, sort of going with the theme of, Knuckles, but we won't see them for a very long time. As they're trying to, like, figure out a way to, they've more or less figured out a way to, get the, island back onto the surface. And they meet in the Hall of Learning to, discuss their plan, which is, the Chaos Siphon, which is this weird device. It looks like a vacuum cleaner or some sort of machine. It
looks like
handlebars on
a Golden Age Comics item that a DC character would wear.
Yeah, you know what?
And I'm thinking of a very specific DC character, and I'm gonna go try and find him.
Yeah, maybe this is a reference to that. I know, Ken Penders is very, very influenced by, Jack Kirby. I don't know to what extent, this is from that, but I'd believe it. But the idea is they're just gonna, like, use this weird machine to, suck up the energy, and lower it to a level where it can just sort of, like, land. Unfortunately
I just posted a guy.
Oh, yeah, let me see this guy.
His name's Orion.
Orion, Oh, yeah, I can kinda see it.
Orion and his belt.
Mm-hmm.
I love Golden Age Comics because people were just walking around looking like this, and you were expected to take them seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Let me look up
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'll definitely take you seriously.
He's the son of Darkseid and half-brother of Calabec and Graven, who is to Highfather as a part of the peace deal between Apocalypse and New Genesis.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of the
new gods.
He's one of them.
Yeah. His great uncle is Steppenwolf.
Oh, he's part of the Steppenwolf family.
Yeah.
But Locke and Edmund's petition get their suggestion gets denied, and Dimitri, who did a lot of work in this, is very upset.
To be fair, the denial is well grounded because this guy is like, I'm not risking this entire floating island fucking exploding because you guys think this will be cool.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Maybe run some tests. Maybe, I don't know, have a control study, and then we can come back to this.
like, we have things we can fly around in. You could try it with another Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, you can, like, take maybe a part of a Chaos Emerald and try it out somewhere else far from here.
Mm-hmm.
No.
There's, like, seemingly an endless number of them.
Yeah, just go to the ocean Sonic was in.
Yeah. Dimitri storms off. Edmund tries to go after him to, like, comfort him, only to find that the Chaos Siphon is gone. And Dimitri has gone full supervillain as he is now sucking up. He's just doing it anyways.
Yeah, he just says, "Well, I can just do it."
He's just sort of vacuuming up this emerald radiation. And there's
very important. I do want to point out, every time they go down the zoot chute, we get a very conspicuous shot of an ant watching them do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
much to consider.
Really...
Yeah.
Very, foreshadowing.
It is foreshadowing, I will tell you that.
Foreshadowing that this takes place in the movie Ants universe.
Yeah.
Ants with a Z, starring fucking Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it did.
I forgot.
That movie scared the shit out of me when I was younger.
Yeah, me too.
It's kind of scary.
There's a part where he, like, talks to his friend who's been, like, beheaded.
It's been so long since I've seen it, I don't remember that.
It's like a dark movie.
Yeah, it's a very 90s edge.
What if, like, a group of ants were, like, tricked by a, like, genocidal military regime into committing a genocide against a neighboring clan?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. I've never watched this but I've never watched this beyond whatever I might have seen as a kid, but I distinctly remember, well, actually no, my main thing I know about this movie, one, Woody Allen's in it, and two, an artist I like, has he has some fondness for the film, I don't know what, and he just keeps, one of his, like, regular things he'll put in, like, his stream playlist is the, soundtrack to the film. So I'm pretty sure I probably recognize a bunch of the songs.
Oh, I just fucking remember. Sylvester Stallone voices, the ant friend who gets decapitated. He voices him.
I'm looking at, like, the
fuck?
Wikipedia summary. It's got, in addition to Woody Allen, we've got, Sharon Stone, Jennifer Lopez, Sylvester Stallone,
oh my God.
Christopher Walken.
Why did they
Acorn.
make Jennifer Lopez voice a character named Azteca?
Oh
no.
Oh my. Well, we all know. It's
yeah.
racism.
Yeah, I know. I have the Ants DVD. I got it for $5 at Walmart in combination with the Bee Movie and gave it to someone for their birthday, and they conspicuously left it in my car after the birthday party.
Great.
Incredible.
So now it's just like, I have it forever.
Yeah,
Let's see if either of them qualify for We Rate Queerbait or something.
I don't think I would survive if I did that.
But it would be...
Yeah, Bee Movie is very, very heterosexual, and I can't...
Oh, yeah.
I think that would, like, break Emery. I nearly killed Emery with Cars 2. I think either of these would, like, actually
yeah, I can't... I simply cannot recommend you
Although
suggest
Cars 2 was
Emery
pretty
to
bad.
either,
Sorry, what were we talking about? We were talking about
Woody
Knuckles?
Allen. We were talking about Knuckles.
I think we were talking about
But more
Knuckles.
specifically,
Knuckles.
we were talking about Dimitri. Dimitri has absorbed the power of most of these emeralds, except for one. And as like the magistrate guy and Edmund like look on, they see he's turned into a green guy.
He's turned into a Ben 10 villain.
Yeah,
He sure does look like a Ben 10 alien, huh?
He turns into the mid-stage in a Ben 10 alien transformation.
He's the middle transformation face. And he decides to create, as his like first show of power,
I shall make a fucked up mountain.
He's gonna make a fucked up mountain.
The thing about this mountain is that it looks different every single time they decide to show it.
Maybe they just they didn't use references or something. Like this, I think, like this time it's like big and towering. Usually it just looks like sort of a pile. But we end this issue with, Knuckles letting us know that, this would become Mount Fate, and would herald the fall of Echidna civilization. And so we move on to issue 36. Sick cover, by the way. It's
almost like it feels like it's from a different series.
It's almost like, these artists who are more experienced with, drawing like superhero guys got to draw a superhero guy instead of, Sonic and Knuckles.
They got to draw their medieval Ghost Rider and then had to put Sonic and Princess Sally in it.
Yeah, in the foreground. It's great.
Hey, Devon?
Yeah?
Is this when you want to do your thing?
We'll get there. It's about halfway through the comic.
Okay.
So, we start this issue with like, this figure that was on the cover, like sort of riding forward, as, Sonic and Tails and, all the freedom fighters like comment about this,
just
weird,
watching him on the funny phone.
Yeah, they're watching him on a funny phone. They're like, damn, that guy looks cool, but what's the fuck is going on?
They're like, damn, he's sick as fuck. Why are we watching this?
What is this weird movie?
Yeah, what?
Damn, Rotor, nice movie.
And they're like, it's not a movie.
It's real.
Look at this. What is that fucked up thing that one of these guys drew?
Yeah, it literally says, like, you didn't just show us state-of-the-art special effects. Like, this isn't me just making a joke. They literally are like, what a weird movie, Rotor.
Yeah.
Like, nice movie, Rotor. Thanks.
He's like, no, it's real.
No, that's just a guy.
Yeah, it's a camera that Rotor sent into the zone of silence. It just like Sonic's like, I've been to the zone of silence. It doesn't look that cool.
It doesn't look like that fucking metal.
Yeah. But Rotor explains this is a different place.
Different section, sorry.
Yeah. This is where they think King Acorn's supposed to be. He explains to the reader that, there's never been that this is where Sally's dad is supposed to be, and, they've, never really gotten the chance to, interact with him. And I'm suddenly remembering what Sally's dad is like in the comics. And actually I think he would be very good friends with, Locke, actually.
He would jump into some fire like Locke.
He basically jumped into some fire like Locke. They're like trying to learn, they're like, they want to like get more into this. They want to figure out more about this. So, Rotor opens up a 3D map, which is shown in a great way. It's a very Star Trek concept of a 3D map. It's just a floating thing, past the screen. The magnetic fields of Robotropolis are going wild. But they think that, Robotnik's trying to do something with, the Zone of Silence, and, maybe they can, like, take advantage of this to find, Sally's dad. And welcome back. So, you might have noticed a quick break. You see, Devon's internet, shit the bed, and...
Yeah, Big Pender is trying to kill us.
Yeah. In a mass, freaking out, or, I don't know what I was gonna say there. I think I was gonna make a joke about phone freakers or something, but, anyways,
Morg, I'd watch out. He took, Dan's last recording, he destroyed my internet.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
Ken Penders might be coming for you next.
Yeah, this is...
Oh no, I'm next.
This has been quite a patchwork set of episodes we've been working on.
He really does not want us to talk about the plot of the Archie Sonic comics.
Well, too bad. I'm going to talk about them.
He's like, no.
I would say he's embarrassed, but he's not. He's
He's not embarrassed. I just think he can't take the criticism.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So... when if I remember right, where we last left off, the Freedom Fighters had determined, that cool illustration, was from the Zone of Silence, and that they needed to check on Dr. Robotnik, who seems to be doing some sort of, like, weird interference with it. Sonic goes to deal with that, and Sonic just pops in to see that they're firing a big laser portal.
They're shooting a beam at a hole.
Mm-hmm. Sonic immediately dispatches Snively, immediately ties him up, and after getting shot at by Robotnik with a hand laser, it's not like how you would normally see a laser. His hand just sort of glows and fires a laser.
I think every so often they remember that Robotnik is in fact mostly a robot.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah.
Like every so often they're like, oh wait, he is just like also a robot. He can do those things.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Sonic
particular... Yeah, we get a panel here, and I think this happens in a couple different Archie Sonic comics, where they want Sonic to talk while he's in a ball, so they just sort of draw his face on the ball.
So he just kind of turns into the Teletubby sun for a second?
Yeah.
The blue sun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The blue suns.
That's what I call Sonic, my blue sun.
Mm-hmm. I also do that. They like duck for cover as like an explosion goes off that, is just off screen so they don't have to draw it.
Yeah. Oh, look at all those explosions. Kaboom! Kaboom!
Yeah.
Damn, shit was crazy. If only you could have seen it.
And we get a little, like, Robotnik gets, like, really mad at Sonic because, by doing this, he's going to destroy all of Mobius.
Yeah, what?
It's simple.
Yeah,
portals.
So, there's, like, a little break. I assume we've talked about this before. They like, divide these, into two parts, even though they're the same issue. Presumably
they
for
cut
an
to
ad
commercials.
break. Maybe there's like an ad for an Archie Digest between these.
They figured out how to put commercials in this.
So, Robotnik decides to like teach Sonic some lore. You see,
Sonic, I fucked up big time.
You see, before he took over, Mobotropolis and made it into his, robot city, he was like a court scientist or something, and he had a predecessor who had like his own plans of, doing a coup that, Robotnik decided to piggyback off of.
What does that say about, King Acorn's rule when both his Grand Viziers were like, Man, I gotta overthrow this guy.
Mm-hmm. You know, everyone hates the royal advisor who tries to take over. But what if the king just had bad vibes, you know?
Yeah, what if his vibes sucked and they were just like, man, I gotta get this guy out of here.
Yeah. And we're going to learn a lot about...
Maybe throw him in a portal or something.
Yeah. We're going to learn a lot about the king King Acorn. I forget his first name. It changes in a couple
Danny.
different things.
Who's Kodos also?
It's Danny Acorn.
I guess Kodos is the predecessor.
Yeah, are we going to learn more about
or
him?
like a
That's
mentor?
What I mean.
I think we will. I do remember there is like a moment where we get to see like what happened to cause like Robotnik to join this like royal court.
Yeah.
So an unpaid internship. What else was there?
Yeah, Kodos seems to be like his old mentor or something. And he's
Acorn, aka Danny Acorn.
Danny Acorn. Yeah. So
Kodos designed to view a world unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's Danny Acorn.
No, you guys don't understand. I'm going to do this rap.
Yeah, when?
Oh yeah.
Probably at the end of this issue when we have all the details.
Right.
Fine.
Got it. Yeah, he does have a strange machine.
It's designed to view a world unseen, let me tell ya.
Yeah.
Butch Hartman, you owe royalties to the Sonic comic.
He throws the King of Acorn into the zone of silence. It instead create like this, it kind of fucks things up, but thankfully Robotnik had a big laser to deal with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. And he's just sort of been quietly dealing with this, I think, or something.
Yeah, he threw him in, but it turns out when you throw someone in, it destabilizes the portal, so then it just kind of grows rapidly like a black hole. And then he's like, what if I just shoot a laser at it to hold it off for like a few hours?
Mm-hmm.
That's where he's been for like the last 5 years.
Yeah. A classic story of capitalist climate dealings.
Yeah, it's like when your car starts making a noise that could be fine or could be disastrous, and you're just kind of like, what if I just put a sticker over the check engine light?
Yeah, what if I don't check the engine light, you know?
Yeah, what if I just don't look at it, and then I'm sure we'll be fine.
So, he reveals he's got this like little device he calls an energy inhibitor that will, allow them to solve the problem by, letting Sonic go into the, zone of silence. So Robotnik just lets Sonic deal with that for him. Because,
he says, I'm done with this issue, it's fine.
He's done his part to solve the problem he caused. He'll let
like
Sonic...
any capitalist.
Like any capitalist, he'll let the next generation deal with it.
So true.
Can we talk about... Sorry, we're not there yet. I feel like the Zone of Silence is kind of like a Twitch chat.
Yeah.
In a way.
I think we can go into that. Yeah, like Sonic, Tails, Sally, Antoine all go into the portal while Rotor manages things. They use the inhibitor.
King Acorn has been there for 5 years, and he's already calling his own daughter a witless female.
So right off the bat we learned that he's already being like asshole.
He's like, ugh. Did
the warp change him, or was he just like that?
Maybe that's why they overthrew him. Do you think he was going around just calling people femoids?
Probably. I would, maybe those videos Sonic were watching were made by him, and they're just like
oh
old
no!
tapes.
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
King Acorn and Sonic were both watching, Jordan B. Porcupine out here.
Uh-huh. So yeah, this, they meet the big, mysterious guy, and it's Dad.
It's Daddy.
They fight.
Sonic tries to talk to a horse, which I think is funny.
That, he does do that.
Because
Yeah,
if I was a
why?
talking hedgehog, I would also just assume immediately that the horse can talk.
Yeah.
But he is
it's-
on all fours. It does run into the problem of, like,
Yeah, is this horse domesticated like Daffy
Uh-huh.
Duck?
this.
It's also possible.
This is like the goofy Pluto problem, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I would also, personally,
you
I just
allowed to
think
own?
that a magic space horse can talk.
True!
Uh,
True, yeah.
He looks like the kind of horse who could talk. He looks like the horse from Over the Garden Wall.
True,
That horse
yeah.
is about to say how much he likes stealing.
So yeah,
It's not polite to
Sal-
point.
It's not polite to point a
Uh-huh.
giant, spear at a little hedgehog.
yeah, he's gonna attack him with his big fancy lance. He attacks Sally.
Calls
Hey,
her
what the fuck are the...
He calls her a witless
Sorry.
female?
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's what this is a Twitch chat. He got sent into the zone of silence and he just watched a bunch of men's rights videos.
Witless female.
Now he's out here looking at his daughter like, ugh, witless female.
He doesn't seem to recognize his daughter.
He might not recognize her. He might have
That's
got
what the
his-
Phantom Zone does to you.
Yeah, his,
Or the Ghost
his
Zone.
mind
What
has
is it
been
called
al-
in Danny Phantom? Is it the Ghost Zone?
I think it's the Ghost Zone, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
ghost zone.
the Phantom Zone's from comics. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sonic, does a thing with the inhibitor. He presses a little button, and there's an explosion. I guess it's to send them back or something.
I think it's to literally destroy the zone of silence. I think
yeah.
Dr. Robotnik wanted to nuke that entire dimension.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
At least this portion of it, because sometimes they talk about... I think they talked about it having different sections, maybe?
Yeah, they said
Also, can someone tell me if they're able to stand on things or not?
Yeah, they're just sort of ambiguously
Because at some point
floating
Sally
through
looks like
space.
she's floating, and other points she looks like she's lying on the ground, fucking sloshed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unclear.
Yeah, I think they are just supposed to be floating. They just they did not pick the right pose for it.
They did not think about, how would Sonic be useful in a world where he floats and cannot, use ground to run?
Yeah. Well...
Do you guys like, in the part where Sally is lying face down on the ground dead, Sonic's hyper-realistic hands along with Tails' hyper-realistic hands?
Oh, that, I'm looking at these hands right now, so...
I'm looking at them right now.
They're...
Didn't notice this. What the fuck?
He got yaoi hands.
He gets yaoi hands. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the thing when you get people who don't know how to draw cartoon animals. To draw cartoon animals, they get yaoi
They
hands.
literally looked at a normal person's, cartoon 90s fist, and they were like, just give it to Sonic.
Yeah, they just grabbed, the latest
And
issue
Tails.
of...
Tails is canonically 5 years old and looks like he could choke out a 32-year-old.
God, you're so right. Antoine's doesn't look as bad because he just has, brown, hands.
Yeah, I still don't like looking at his hands, though.
No,
Yeah.
but they're, less... They bother me less.
That does remind me, though. A thing I've seen in a couple... Something I've seen in, some art. Most specifically when looking at my Hrothgar in Final Fantasy XIV, is... I don't think anthropomorphic animals should have fingernails or toenails. They can have claws.
No.
But not
If they
nails.
do, they should be claws.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about it. Yeah, no.
Unless they're... I guess I can make an exception if it's, if it's like stylish, like pointy nails, that's fine. That's fine.
Sure,
Yeah, if it's like pointy nails or if they're like painted nails, that's fine. If I see like regular ass female, god damn it, regular ass fingernails, regular ass fingernails on like your Hrothgar, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah, I noticed it I noticed it at some point while fucking around with Glams, and it just upset me.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. Once again, I'm still obsessed with this panel, where they have the hyperrealistic hands, because Sally just looks so down. Down for the count in this. She looks like a Family Guy character.
Yeah, she's like 2 steps away from the death pose.
She's
God damn it.
From the
She
Family
just
Guy
needs to, like,
pose.
twist her arms and legs wrong.
God damn it.
Sonic
Anyways,
says,
I love that when you get sent into the zone of silence, you grow about, 3 feet in height, because King Acorn was definitely not this tall.
Yeah, when he got the cool armor, it looks like he just got bigger. I will eventually see him out of the armor, but...
Yeah, and I bet he'll be the same height as all these other Sonic characters.
Yeah.
He will be at least, at like most, Rotor size tall.
Yeah, he might be a little taller.
It's the
But
same...
definitely not the size of a regular human man, which he is on this horse.
Yeah.
God, I guess King Acorn is in fact the size of an average human father.
You're so right.
Well, he's been doing the all-meat diet, he's been doing the carnivore diet, and that's what it gives you.
Yeah, he gets it nice and oxidized.
Yeah, in the zone of silence.
Rotor, the zone of silence, they make a big explosion. Rotor, like, shoots, grappling hooks through the portal so, they can get back home. It turns out fine, but, we weren't able to rescue the king. Oh no. What will we do?
He's maybe dead now, who knows?
Yeah, tune in, subscribe to Sonic the Hedgehog, listeners, if you want to find out more.
I'm going to attempt the Danny Phantom rap now.
Yes.
Gosh.
Bear with me, because I thought about it like 3 weeks ago and then promptly forgot about it. But, here we go.
I'll let you do a couple takes if you need to.
Yeah, I got this. I'm gonna do 1 take, and any mistakes will just be left in. Yo, King Acorn, he was just 43 when Dr. Robotnik built a very strange machine. It was designed to view a world unseen. He's gonna kill Morg cause he's King Acorn. When he didn't quite work, Robotnik, he just quit. But then King Acorn was stuck inside of it. There was a big flash and everything just changed. His armor got all rearranged. King Acorn. When he first woke up, he realized he had 2 feet tall. I can't do this.
Alright.
He's pretty good at first, you know?
No, listen. I can't breathe and do all this at the same time.
You gotta get that circular breathing in.
Yeah. He does have snow white hair, and I think he has glowing green eyes, TBH.
Oh shit.
Can he walk through walls, disappear, and fly?
He does demonstrably fly.
So he can
does
walk through the
disappear.
zone, disappear, and fly. He was much more unique than the other guys. It was then that he knew what he had to do. He had to kill all the Mobians that were coming through. He's here to fight for, that's as far as I got.
Yeah, because he's not fighting for me and you.
No. I think he's fighting actively against me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my Danny Phantom King Acorn rap. Everyone clap.
Yeah.
Listeners, clap. I better hear clapping.
Clap.
I
don't want to confuse Dan later.
I'm just gonna put in some applause or something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Too bad, I don't think the recording picks up on, the soundboard on Discord, because I would just be like...
Just use the clapping sound effect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
but
Butch
for all
Hartman also owes me royalties now.
I'm pretty sure it works the other way around, but who cares?
No, it's fine.
No, give Devon all the money.
Right now, we have to focus on Sonic's friendly nemesis Knuckles.
Do we have to, though?
No.
Maybe. Well, maybe we can focus more on Dimitri and Edmund.
Oh,
yeah, I guess we do.
So, we continue off where we left off, where Dimitri was using this weird machine, another strange machine, to make himself green.
And it did show him a world unseen.
Yeah.
So true.
He like absorbs these emeralds and he turns green. He's just like green and black. It's like
It's like they couldn't decide if they wanted to give him a new unique design, so they just didn't.
Yeah.
He's green now.
Yeah, he's
He's green and he's in shadow, so you don't have to see any details about him. It's fine.
He may or may not look like an Echidna still.
Why didn't they just turn him into Chaos?
He could be Chaos.
I know Chaos is like a different character.
Yeah, that game won't exist for a couple more years.
If you're gonna have him absorb all the emeralds, just turn him into like a big ball of goop.
Yeah, make him a goop guy. But right now he's just sort of like talking about his like big plan to he's basically immortal and eternal. He is a living Chaos Emerald. And he's gonna take over Echidnaopolis and be a supervillain.
For like no reason.
Yeah. I think he's been thinking about this for a while.
Yeah, I think he's had problems before.
Yeah, and
do you think the judge struck this down because he's like, I don't know, man, you're kind of a little bit evil.
Yeah, his plan is to make himself the world's shittiest sky pirate. As he puts big pirate sails on the city and forces the Echidnas to drag around the island or something.
Why? I love when evil villains in these things, like, obtain ultimate power, and their first thought is like, what if I got a group of manual laborers to do this a lot slower and more difficult than I could?
Yeah.
For real.
For, like, no reason. What if I just piss myself off by being like, work faster?
Mm-hmm. Listen, he's got things to do, or something.
Also, why did he chain them to the walls? When did he do that?
I don't know. I assume he just made... I would like to imagine he just made the chains or something. We are in, like, a fucking dungeon now.
He magically the chains.
Yeah, wait, this wasn't the Emerald Room.
I mean,
what is going on?
Chains before with, like, the rings.
Yeah. They're not in, like, the weird kaleidoscope rooms. I guess he just dragged them over here. Or maybe
he just, like, teleported them to the dungeons?
The Echidnaopolis dungeons.
Sometimes it sounds like you're saying
joke's on him, the dungeons have an ant problem.
Yeah, as it turns out, a bunch of fire ants, are, like, crawling through the walls, and according to, like, the judge guy, they've eaten the entire foundation, and the building is collapsing.
Yeah, and then we get, like, more, looks at this green man, and I'm like, we should have kept him in shadow, probably.
Yeah.
He's just green with boots.
I do see
his boots.
I do want to say, the little mono eye he's got, in this last panel where he shows up, he looks a little cute. A little cuter than I think they meant.
Did you guys ever play Dig Dug?
Yeah, he looks like a Dig Dug.
He looks like a Dig Dug.
I have, but not in a long time, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, you know what happened? He like made a big stupid tower with his infinite power, and then the ants ate it. And the whole thing collapses and turns into Mount Doom or whatever it was called. Mount Fate, that's it. And
can we talk about how this guy of phenomenal cosmic power couldn't simply move out of the way of his building falling?
He simply could not. He's got other things. He's got other things to do. Well, maybe he's still out there somewhere. But I do have to. So our Echidna heroes escape. At this point, I notice there's like a fourth one who's got like an eye patch.
Yeah, he looks sick as fuck. There's also one who is just, we didn't want to design a new Echidna, so here's Knuckles again.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't have his gloves on, so his hands are bare.
Yeah, I think it's the judge. He takes off his, defining
the judge is still there.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Where are these guys from? Who knows?
Yeah, who the fuck are these guys?
They're just here now. Maybe he just hated these guys and brought them with him.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you, Tony.
Yeah,
welcome to my Doom Tower.
I'm very...
You hit my car last week, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Left a note on it saying, sorry, don't got insurance.
Oh no.
So, we then see... We've got a great panel here where, the judge makes, like, a Bible quote or something. I don't know if this is a real Bible quote or not.
He makes him swear on the Bible.
Yeah, there is effective... It is at this point that it should be noted, the Echidnas are ostensibly a Christian nation.
God.
They're ostensibly a Christian and also a very American nation by making him swear on a holy text.
A Bible.
Yeah. It will get a lot more Christian stuff. I might talk about it more when that happens. But I do want to quickly note, Ken Penders has noted there are very, very obviously Christian themes in the Echidna lore. And,
oh, no kidding?
Yeah.
You don't say.
And, according to Ken, he decided on this because, well, I think that, I don't know if the reasoning's good, but I think it's an interesting way of seeing things. He said he wanted to, like, attract attention from, like, regular Archie readers. You know, reading about Archie, Jughead, Betty, Veronica, and all that. Because you gotta remember, Archie, this is, like, 20 years before Riverdale.
So what you're saying is he's like, I gotta make Sonic the Hedgehog more tradcath?
Yeah, we gotta make, or at the very least, more Protestant work ethic.
Can you imagine,
oh my God,
like, if they took Riverdale, made it back into a comic, like an Archie comic, and then you, like, made a Sonic Archie comic to go along with it, like, to try to keep up with it, and so we just got, like, I guess just like, first of all, we'd have adults playing teens.
Just
Second of
the
all,
Riverdale for Archie Sonic.
Yeah, like a Riverdale for Archie Sonic. That's kind of, I feel like that's kind of what a lot of the fans want, honestly.
I would love to find out what that...
CW Sonic.
CW Sonic.
I would love the CW Sonic.
Yeah, it's a shame that, the license ended just around the time they were starting up Riverdale.
Damn.
Imagine what could have happened.
I would love a CW Sonic in the sense that I wouldn't watch it, but I would love the, like, pop crave, like, newest season of Sonic addresses the, time travel incest allegations. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then I would just not look into it further.
Yeah.
And then
I feel
it would be
that's
gayer,
how a lot of people feel about Archie.
Yeah, it would just be like every time I would see like, oh, I wonder what's going on in that show. I would just open it and be like, wow, 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 and then I would close it.
There's also like the devil, and there's like polyamorous relationship that's like the end relationship. I don't know.
Yeah,
is this spoilers?
The Christian devil
sorry.
is just here.
I don't know.
Yeah, aren't like at the end of it like Jughead, Archie, Veronica, and who's the blonde one?
Betty.
Kevin? Or
Betty. Aren't they all? Isn't it like, we're in a 4-way?
Yes.
And the writer was like, well, yeah, but Jughead and Archie would never kiss each other on screen because there's already too many gay on the show.
Yeah, they're doing like, Roberto Aguirre Sacasa is doing himself dirty.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself? Literally, apparently one of the writers was tried to write like a gay Archie like musical.
Yeah, he got like a cease and desist in the 90s.
Yeah.
For writing this like gay Archie play.
Why would you like do that to yourself? Just like let yourself do it. If you're already pairing all four of them together. I
think it's finally time that I rewatch all of Archie.
Just specific
the comic,
just to make myself mad, but like,
I desperately need to see Riverdale.
It's something else. I haven't even seen that much of it.
Yeah,
it is truly a show that's nothing but plot.
Yeah, I will say, I used to listen to Sex Archie. I need to start listening again. I think I might start listening to it again after this.
It's a goodie.
Go listen to Sex Archie. It's a really, really good podcast about Riverdale.
Yeah, I need to I didn't listen because I was like, I want to watch it, but I keep like stopping it and like I keep
it's a lot to take in is the thing.
Well, I'm watching it with someone.
Just like the show Riverdale.
Mm-hmm.
I met Riverdale.
That's what I assume you were talking about.
Yeah, I met Riverdale. That's Sex Archie. I met Riverdale. Like I keep stopping and starting it because I'm watching it with someone, but anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just like the idea of I guess
CW Sonic.
Would someone have to make the podcast Sex Sonic then?
Could
we call it something else?
That's us.
We can call it something
so.
Else.
Fuck, that's us. It's just the Sonic Shuffle. Fuck.
Yeah, we're just gonna do we would just
if
this existed, I would require us to watch it.
Yeah.
We would just watch it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We would pivot entirely to just talking about it weekly. Oh, it's crazy. We rolled the CW Sonic show again. That's so crazy. What
would it be called? I get like Morbius. I don't know. Morbius. I meant to say Mobius.
Morbius.
I meant to say Mobius.
Morbius, the living hedgehog.
I said Morbius. I meant because I was saying like the place name because Riverdale's the place.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be so funny if Jared Leto played CW Sonic.
No, the thing is, Mobius is the name of the planet. If you wanted to name it the town, you'd have to call it Knothole.
God damn it!
So.
Oh no! We have to watch Knothole. This is so unfortunate.
To try and get things back on track, what I was trying to say is like this is a time before Riverdale. Archie comics readers in like 1996 are kids with Christian parents who don't want them like reading about those sex perverts, the X-Men or whatever.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I think about whenever I think about Jean Grey.
Yeah, like famously, there was like even this unofficial series in like the 80s by Valiant that was where they were all just Christians and it was like super Christian.
Oh, Christian.
I love reactionaries. What a horrible way to view the world.
I mean, they do have they have a Christian X-Man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Nightcrawler.
Who? Oh yeah, Nightcrawler is.
Is Nightcrawler
He's
Catholic?
also gay.
I think he might be
He's
Catholic.
I think he's Catholic.
He's also
I think he's
maybe
also
a
gay as
demon.
hell.
He's both.
I think he's like the son of a demon and also Mystique, so he's like half demon.
Yeah, like,
That's great.
he's both.
But he has like a blue tail and pointy ears and like cool eyes, so he kind of rocks.
Yeah, I know very little about X-Men, but I do know Nightcrawler is extremely fuckable.
Nightcrawler whips and also is fuckable.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes the rounds where it's just like an image of what appears to be Nightcrawler, like seemingly naked, and just across the panel is Wolverine just kind of looking at him like, yeah, I guess we're gonna do this.
Oh, fuck.
Let me see if I can find that panel. I don't think I can ever find it, but it's gonna be funny. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Right, so now that, after this, big, like, dramatic moment.
Wow, that was easy. Never mind.
Yeah. Quote, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider his ways and be wise. It seems we owe our very future to these, the humblest of God's creatures." And so, the Echidnas decide that the best solution to all of their society's problems is to become primitivists. They blow up their city, yeah,
what the fuck?
They appoint guardians to, watch the one remaining emerald,
Did you guys like in this, long montage of the other Guardians that it appears Knuckles' dad is the only one capable of growing facial hair?
Yeah, so, we do get this great panel, quote, "Edmund was the first to bear the mantle, a sacred trust passed generation unto generation, through all his children, to my father, and finally, to me." And this is depicted as, basically just copy-pasting a bunch of Knuckles heads and changing like 4 or 5 of them to look a little different, going from like Edmund to Knuckles.
Yeah, Edmund has glasses, and then we have 20 of the same identical echidnas. There's one who is dark red, and then 5 more of the same identical echidnas. One who has slightly different eyes, one who is once again dark red, and then Knuckles' dad who can grow facial hair.
Yeah, and then Knuckles.
It's kind of scary. It's like a weird, like, centipede of heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking coming for Knuckles.
It's so weird. We're gonna get into this in the question we got.
Also, look at this fucking Wolverine picture, Dan.
Oh, yes. Let me, look this up and...
This is very sexual.
It is very sexual.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's gonna fucking get him.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to make sure to include some image links or something in the description.
They're gonna be like,
yeah, I'm so sorry for all the listeners who are like, why does Devon keep referencing images that we can't see?
So,
just to torture you, Avi.
I guess...
Just look it up, besties.
Yeah, look up Wolverine issue 6. I'm just going to make sure that's, I'm sure that that's what's going to show up if I put in Wolverine issue 6 because of SEO. Not really. No.
I looked up, what I looked up was, Wolverine and Nightcrawler, and it auto-generated, cover.
Wolverine oh yeah, you know what? Look up Wolverine Nightcrawler cover. That's, it's producing immediate results.
Yeah, it's like, we know what you want. Mm-hmm. You fucking freaks.
Yeah, so from that point, all the Echidnas got into identical jeeps and, they hauled their artifacts across, Australia, by caravan and buried them in a vast underground city.
Could you imagine how pissed off you would be if, like, one day, because some asshole decided to, like, schlorp up some gems, you had to, A, blow up the entirety of your city, B, take all your stuff and then put it in an underground bunker, and they said, okay, we're locking it up forever. Congrats, you live off the land now.
Yeah. And
I feel like in this act, we'll all die out.
Mm-hmm. Knuckles, by going to this, figures out where to find Archimedes. He figures out that these ruins he's been walking through for the past however many issues are like the ruins of Echidnapolis, and he can probably find like the underground storage facility where Archimedes is hiding out.
Do you guys like the Evil Mountain's smiling serenely face in the last panel?
It is very much smiling serenely. It's like, you know, serenely. It's a cinematic parallel, you know, like, it's like Knives Out, where, at the start of the movie, like, the painting's sad, and at the end it's happy, because, he got his murder solved.
It's the fucking Mona Lisa from Knives Out too.
Can we talk about the previous page just real quick? Just like the fact that absolutely. Knuckles is snapping.
Oh my god, Knuckles snaps his fucking mitten.
He snaps his mitten, and I wanted.
Yeah, at first when I read that, I thought he like slapped himself in the face, and I was like, no, it's a snap.
I also was like, did he slap himself? What the fuck? No, he snapped, apparently, somehow.
Apparently.
Listeners, I want you to go out and buy, like, the biggest, fluffiest mittens you can, and then try to snap your fingers in them.
Yeah.
See what happens.
They can't be gloves, they have to be mittens.
They have to be mittens. In fact, maybe you should go get boxing gloves, because I think that's what Knuckles is supposed to have, and try that. Hey, here's another question. Did the Echidnas devolve to lose their hands?
Well, funny you ask that.
Edmund has hands.
Funny you ask that, because, we are going...
He's got fingers.
There are some very interesting answers to the situation around Knuckles' hands.
Why does oh no.
But,
because he has spikes on his too, and it feels like they're not just like part of the gloves, they're actually a part of him.
Yeah. But I think we will see Knuckles without his gloves on. And
wait a minute. Did Knuckles' dad have... I'm gonna look at Knuckles' dad again. I want to know if he had hands.
Did he have normal fingers?
He had normal fingers?
I can't let on too much, but pretty much all Echidnas have normal fingers. Even Knuckles, he's just got kind of those weird spikes and wears mittens. But, we'll get into it.
I'm scared.
Wait, no, I'm looking at Knuckles' dad, and he has mittens.
Oh, okay.
He has the big fucking mittens.
Much to consider.
I think the Echidnas devolved to lose their fingers.
Yeah, it's, like, really noticeable also on, like, the centipede hand picture. Because
you look at...
You see Edmund's, like, fingers, and then you see Knuckles with his hands, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's what prompted this. I just looked at this picture, and I was like, hold on a damn minute.
Yeah, everyone's got fingered gloves except Knuckles. And his dad.
He got mittens. They lost their fingers.
Yeah.
Without modernity, they haven't had to use tools, and therefore their fingers just fuse together.
Oh, God.
To one big shovel claw.
Use the shovel claw. But that sort of wraps up these issues. This very special set of issues.
I'm so glad we're gonna be here for a while. In Ken Pender's wacky world.
Yeah, because I do want to tell you, if I have this right, yes, if I have this right, then the next 3 issues we have to read are a 3-issue Knuckles miniseries.
Oh my god.
Not to be confused with the main Knuckles comic that will be coming further down the line.
I can't fucking wait.
I'm just quickly skimming through the reading order. Yes, there were 32 issues of the Knuckles the Echidna comic, that I think ran from like, 96 to, 99, 98 or so. So look forward to that. You know, I haven't, it's been a while since I've gotten the chance to roll a die, so, let me just see search through my dice pouch and find a D10. Shit. I can't find a D10. I'll roll a D100. It's basically the same. They're shaped the same, they just have slightly different numbers. They have a 0 in addition to... Alright, wait, shit, I forgot. Never mind, I forgot that we made a new rule. Let me roll a D6.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a strike going on.
Yeah. A strike that we only have to do one thing to not cover, but also I want to talk less about Sonic cartoons.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to talk about this Sonic comic for the next while.
Great news, everyone. I rolled a 2, which is in fact more Archie comics.
I was fucking joking, but this rocks.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we'll see you next time to talk about Knuckles the Echidna miniseries 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my god.
Hopefully Big Ken Penders won't try to kill our recordings again.
Yeah.
We should talk... Do we have more asks from last?
Yes, we saved...
Yes.
We saved 2 of them for this half of the 2-parter.
I'm all confused. Because of it feels more like a 3-parter.
Yeah, we
everything.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Just to remind everyone, we recorded a part 1, lost the recording, recorded a part 1 again, recorded the first half of part 2, then Devon's internet died, and now a week later we're talking about the rest of part 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's good because without it, I think our first recording might have been like maybe 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
There's a lot to dig in with this.
Mm-hmm. I might even just, upload this in 2 parts. Who knows? I'll see how long it is if I stitch them together versus if I don't.
Might be an extra jumbo episode.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, let's look through the questions real quick. Let me see. We saved 2 specifically. Or was it 1? Hang on.
Yeah, was...
Yeah, I think we saved the last 2 from Emery and Roy. So, Emmy the Mouse asks, if you had to pick one Ken Penders OC to bring into the modern Sonic universe, which one would it be, and what would be one absolutely deranged fact about them that gets added to the canon?
So I had to double check real quick to see if, King Acorn on the Cool Horse as a cool knight was a Ken Penders, script, and yes it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say King Acorn looking like a deranged fucking knight from another show.
Yeah, I think the knight design might have originally been from Satam, but,
god damn it.
But, Witless Female is a Penders original.
Yeah, it is.
Of course it is.
I'm gonna add him in because he just... What?
It's a lot to take in.
There's a lot to take in.
Like, we finally get to see this long-lost king figure, and he's like this.
He's just like a cool knight with a lance that shoots laser beams. He's blowing up rocks in space for no reason.
Yeah.
They got a picture of him on the TV somehow.
Yeah.
God.
Like...
I want modern day IDW Sonic to just have to contend with. Yeah, the previous king is just
Yeah.
He's on something.
Yeah. This is reminding me of how good Sonic and the Black Knight is. Because that also has, like, a fucked up king on a horse. Though he isn't I think he's a human. I don't think we see his face, but he's a human under there.
He's not Sally's
How do you know? He could entirely be a squirrel, or whatever Sally Acorn is.
Maybe. Actually, you know what? We do see some, like, other knights, and those are Sonic characters, so maybe.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. It's King Acorn under there.
Uh-huh.
They can't get enough of this guy.
Uh-huh. So,
By they, I mean me.
Yeah, of the ones we've seen so far, I want... I want Dimitri.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dimitri, but that's fine. It's just like a weird, blobby man. How can you not want a weird...
fucked up blob man.
Also,
Can I also add in Knuckles' dad, because I want him specifically in the Sonic Boom cartoon, where they will address the fact that he is just wearing a bathrobe.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you're taking all of them.
I'm sorry.
You're taking all of them.
Morg gets Locke.
No! Well, no.
Morg, have fun with Locke.
You can have Locke. I was gonna...
I'll take Locke and Morg can have Dimitri.
No. No. I was gonna say, like, if we have Dimitri, we could also bring Edmund, because I think the implication of, of course, like, the brothers that are, fighting each other.
The brothers!
Yeah.
Is always...
What Ken Pender's OC would you bring? I would bring the judge in his stupid fucking judge wig.
I also, like, the implication... If Edmund, if Dimitri still had, was powered like that because there were a bunch of Chaos Emeralds, what that would mean for modern Sonic, that there were, more than we've seen, of Chaos Emeralds.
Oh, yeah.
It would just, really fuck up the canon. I think it'd be very funny.
If modern Sonic had to, remember for a second that there is, in fact, a giant sea of emeralds.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And he did go visit it once where a bunch of Aboriginal stereotypes were just hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. What if they have to bring the Aboriginal stereotypes to the future, or to the modern day too? Oh no.
Oh no.
Yes!
What if Biological had none of the charm?
And then they would try to make them thoughtful and sensitive characters, which would just make it feel worse.
Yeah.
It's like fucking...
You would just be like, oh.
It's like Yakuza writing gay people. They genuinely care about gay people, but also they think their entire concept of what a gay person is just built on a wall of stereotypes.
You're just kind of like, oh, I see you're trying, and it also makes it feel worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You're trying, but you're just so stupid.
Yeah. Our last question comes from Roy. God, these pages are so funny. Why is Knuckles' dad giving the Mufasa speech while wearing a bathrobe?
Excellent
Anyway, the last panel in the Edmund page you posted is for Sirius giving the Junji Ito story where the fucked up dying old man has all the scalps attached to his head. 1. What if that happened to Knuckles' lineage? 2. If Penders hadn't been allowed to go apeshit with Knuckles' lore, which other characters would have been the funniest for him to give that treatment to instead? And I gotta say, I had to think about, 2.
That's
number
hard.
Number 1, sure, I fully believe that could happen to Knuckles' lineage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 2, I tried to, think of characters, especially, characters that were around at this time. For a moment I thought of Charmy Bee, but then I fucking remembered what Ken Penders does with Charmy Bee.
Uh-oh.
Is Charmy Bee the one he gets addicted to drugs?
No, that's his cousin. That's his brother or cousin Mello. Look forward to that.
God damn it.
Look forward to, Lemon Sunshine Dandelion or whatever the fuck Ken Penders called it. It was...
I love the 90s. The 90s were a great time where every show and comic was like, we have to really talk about the drug epidemic.
We have a very special episode about weed.
We have a very special episode. This cartoon character is gonna get addicted to some marijuana cigarettes and it's gonna kill them.
Except, it's gonna, instead of being weed, it's gonna, act like fucking crystal meth or something for some reason, because I don't know how weed works.
Yeah.
They're gonna get, super depressed. They're gonna get, angry all the time. All the others will be like, we were really counting on you out there, and you just aren't yourself.
Charmy Bee's cousin is addicted to opium.
Uh-huh.
That is poppy seed, right?
These were a glorious time.
Yeah.
Poppies are flowers.
But, yeah, it's But, as far
the answer would be, what other character has a slight racial undertone to them?
Well, I can't think of one. And also, Ken Pender's also thought of that one. So, another thing to look forward to.
Is it Vector?
Yeah, Vector.
Yeah,
Vector.
I thought so.
No.
That's unfortunate.
No. Where are we gonna ever have a very special episode? He's gonna have a very special episode where he has to deal with racism, isn't it? Is that what it is?
There's going to be some racism storylines.
Oh my god.
Poor Vector.
I'm just like, I'm trying to think of like the 90s and like the amount of very special episodes that there could have been.
What if they like...
Oh, I have one. one.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm thinking it could have been Tails.
Yeah,
but it could have been Tails in the sense that Tails is a very nice, sweet little boy, and he could have been, quote, Macklemore, I thought I was gay because I used to clean my room.
Fuck!
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes,
that's perfect.
yes. Like, Ken Penders
Tails
tries
gets
to make him
to be
gay
a victim
or
of
something.
homophobia.
Yeah, tries to tackle homophobia with Tails. And like, I was thinking, I was like, kind of horrified because I like, was trying to think about characters. And I know Sonic, I know the game wasn't around yet, but I just got like really scared about Ken Penders like trying to do something with Big the Cat.
Well...
We
he doesn't
gotta stop mentioning characters.
Himself.
What?
He does some more, like, general cat lore that we'll learn about when we get to the Sonic Adventure adaptation, quote unquote.
Cat lore?
We gotta stop mentioning characters, because every time we do, Dan just goes, well...
I mean, cat lore is one thing, but I was like thinking specifically like what he would do with Big, and I got very scared.
I don't think he does much with Big himself.
Okay.
But I don't recall.
There's just
it's more just
it would
general
be that
cat
Big the
lore.
Cat is just a,
there's a lot of like weird...
poor Louisiana redneck, and it's not his fault that he's racist.
No, I was thinking more because he's a bit like they would
he's a bit disabled.
Yeah, like I thought they would try to go with the disabled angle. That's why I got scared. That's what I was thinking.
It would be a just think about the rabbits, Big.
Oh
no!
Just think about Froggy, Big.
Yeah, just to note, I think Ken Penders sticks around until like the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah, I forgot he was on
We're in the darkest era.
Yeah,
this will be like probably the best podcasting we ever do, but we're in our darkest era.
Yeah, I think about Archie, or I think about Sonic's history, and I specifically think that part of what led to, like, I will also note, Ken Penders just sort of like quietly leaves his job. The lawsuit isn't until a couple years later.
Sure, okay.
But, some big restructuring happens in the comics, and I feel in some way it's tied to the massive failure that was Sonic 06. Sega had to just reevaluate its brand or something.
Yeah.
But those are all things we can look forward to in the future. So, I think that, wraps things up. So I think it's time to go to plugs. I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places. You can find all those places at biggerchallenge.card.co. That includes my other active podcast, Pot of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We are going through 5Ds. We just had a little bonus episode thing where I streamed Duelist of the Roses, and we got to see, we got some great stuff with, we couldn't do that much because that game is weird and old, but... Yeah. But, we had some fun. Let's see, you can also, you can also visit my, Tumblr, my co-host. At some point, I'm gonna do more of that XCOM 2 screenshot LP. At Xbox_holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox. it's not this day, but coming up soon, Today Day is Labor Day, Xbox. That's it for me. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Tumblr and Blue Sky. You can also find me at Gengar on co-host and my other podcasts, Forward ReZero, a ReZero Watch podcast, and check out This Guy, a podcast where we talk about OCs. We got recently, we had a double episode, posting
double
day.
Upload.
Yeah, so plenty there.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Thank you. Devon, where can we find you?
You can find me on the Burning Remnants of Twitter at Groove and Ghastly. You can find me on Tumblr at Jazz Dumpster. You can also find me on another podcast called We Rate Queerbait, the show where we explore the blurry lines between homies and homos. I think our latest episode is about Cars 2, which I think has made the chat the most bumpin' it ever has been.
Because
the Cars universe is a thought provoker. It sparks debate.
It does, Yeah, it still sticks in my mind that you talked about Cars 2 for no other reason than to subject everyone to it.
Yeah, I'm a horrible little monster, and I get to subject people to what I want.
Evil.
It's fine.
It's funny.
Everyone go listen to it. It's I can't even say it's a good one. I'm so sorry.
It is a great episode of the podcast, though, I will say.
Yeah, it's the closest I think Emery has ever gotten to quitting the podcast and never speaking to me again.
It is a definitive, experience.
What's really funny is right after that we cover The Great Mouse Detective, which is also one of those universes where a character will just mention that, say they just got back from Iraq in the 1980s.
God,
and then we have to be like, so is there a mouse Al-Qaeda out there, or...
Yeah, when I watched
it happened
I did not think about the Brave Mujahideen Warriors when they brought that up. I just thought more of I tried to think I tried to think in terms of late 19th century.
No. You gotta think about, the brave, mouse Mujahideen warriors out there.
Yeah. Alright. You can also find us on noisepace.xyz. It's a podcast network with, many, many great shows on it. And this week's, alphabetical shout out I need to talk about it. So, this week's shout out is Draining the Swamp. It was a Nash rewatch podcast by Zach and Maxie. They were going to cover this, very long running sitcom, MASH, about, Korean War veteran, or not veterans, people in a base in the Korean War. And it had some interesting things to say, all things considered. But, unfortunately, the, podcast had to end because, Zach, one of the hosts, a good friend of mine, passed away in February. I'm sorry to just, bring this down, but I feel like I need to, honor his, memory. They'll be remembered. You can listen to this podcast. You'll have a good time. But on lighter topics, I can also shout out, whatever is on my podcast queue right here. Here it is. It's, a podcast I haven't listened to, but had recommended to me. It's called, Apocrypals. Apocrypals is it is a Bible reading podcast by people who are non-Christians. They don't believe in Christ. They're sort of just taking in like the stories themselves. I've heard they're pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean the Bible's pretty anime.
The Bible's you see when there's something about writing.
God has those guys walk
around
that city for like 30 days just to fucking destroy those walls. He says, be a nuisance for a while until those walls fall over.
That's why I
think about the book.
That there's like vacation Bible school like podcasts, and they do similar stuff where like, yeah, they just like talk about the Bible like stories, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is so fucking cool. What the hell?
Nothing is greater than the Book of Job just being a story about how God took a bet, and then when Job was like, hey, why'd you fuck my entire life up? God is like, listen, my job is like really hard, and I do a lot, and maybe you should be grateful.
That's incredible.
Oh, the Book of Job. What a story.
Book of Job is really funny.
Yeah, I'm looking up, let's see, the latest episode went up about a week and a half ago. It looks like it might be a side thing? I'm not sure. It's called like this is about like, is this like about X-Men? I think these are like, this was like a series involving like a guest, let's see, Dan McClellan.
The Book of Guests?
The Book of Guests. What is the podcast called again? Sorry.
Apocrypals.
Apocrypals. I put Apocryphens, and I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
No, that's what Wolverine and Nightcrawler are.
I'm just,
So true.
I'm just like digging through. I am very amused by the previous regular episode being skip this one in parentheses, the Book of Hosea.
They got hundreds of episodes. They have 108 episodes. Wow.
Yeah. And just, I guess they were doing like a series of like guest episodes. They're probably still doing that. They've got Dan McClellan, Aaron Higashi, Ann Thoreau, Tony Burke, Janet Spittler. This looks like, maybe I'll start listening to this in addition to, Sex Archie. Just, really take some stuff in.
You gotta balance it. You gotta balance it out.
Yeah.
My meat with my candy and what have you.
Yeah.
Some fixins and some meat.
That wraps up everything. So, until next time.
Listeners, was this listenable?
Yeah, did you enjoy listening to this? Let us
know. Did you get through my Danny Phantom rap?
Yeah. I'm looking at the timestamp. We are an hour and 8 minutes. I will make this a separate episode.
Yeah, it's a whole episode.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, until next time, Sonic the Hedgehog is real. No. I gotta change this. Knuckles the Echidna is real. He is, unkillable, and he is my enemy.
He's...
you know what? Don't do that one.
He's... I was like, he's the only red line that matters? I don't know.
That's not gonna work.
No. Yeah, I thought about that too, and I said, no.
Let's not do that one.
No, that's bad. That's no
He's
good.
the only shovel-handed life that matters.
So true.
I'm sure we can come up with... we'll come up with something.
We'll figure something out.
Fuck his dad.
He's the only Echidna who matters, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the only one. Wait, I can't say that. Tikal exists.
Oh, that's right.
I can't even...
He's the only Archie character that matters.
He's the only Archie character that matters.
The only one.
Fuck.
Good night, everyone.
Stupid.
Good night.
The new porcupine on the block with the buff chest. Out the wilderness with the ruggedness. Knock, it's Knuckles, the blow thrower. Independent flower, magical emerald holder. Give you the colder shoulder. My spike goes through boulders. That's why I stay a loner. I was born by myself. I don't need a pot, I get it on by myself.